Welcome to Nightfall Narratives, the podcast that goes where shadows and stories intersect to explore the eerie and enigmatic. Join us as we journey into the heart of the unknown, immersing ourselves in tales of suspense and terror. In each episode, we'll either read a spine-tingling tale, or we'll take a closer look at the art of writing, unraveling the mysteries of storycraft that make such tales so eerily effective. So, sit back, relax, and feel the embrace of the mysterious as we embark on this journey into the heart of the night. Welcome back yet again to Nightfall Narratives with me, your Nightfall narrator, R. Douglas Patton. In today's episode, we'll discuss and analyze Stave 3 of A Christmas Carol, with a specific focus on the archetype of the benevolent figure. So, sit comfortably with your favorite cup of tea as we explore together the storycraft psychology of Dickens. Now, in Stave 3, the narrative introduces the Ghost of Christmas Present, a manifestation of the benevolent figure archetype. This spirit goes beyond being a mere guide, embodying the spirit of generosity and warmth. Visualize a larger-than-life, rosy-cheeked figure amidst a feast of abundance, symbolizing the essence of benevolence. From a psychological standpoint, the benevolent figure archetype is a potent force that taps into fundamental aspects of human kindness and compassion. As Scrooge accompanies the ghost on their tour of Christmas Present, the narrative unfolds in a symphony of benevolence. Scenes of generosity, shared laughter, and the joy of togetherness become vehicles through which this archetype communicates a powerful message: the beauty of human connection and the transformative potential of kindness. The influence of the benevolent figure archetype on Scrooge's psyche is profound and extends beyond the surface-level merriment presented in the scenes of Christmas Present. This ethereal guide becomes a catalyst for introspection, prompting Scrooge to embark on a journey of self-discovery that transcends the boundaries of time. As the Ghost of Christmas Present showcases scenes of generosity, warmth, and familial joy, it acts as a psychological trigger for Scrooge. It invites him to confront the emotional landscape he has long neglected, buried beneath the old facade of his miserliness. The archetype serves as a mirror, reflecting not only the external scenes of benevolence, but also mirroring back to Scrooge the dormant potential for goodness within himself. This mirror effect is essential for Scrooge's transformation. The benevolent figure doesn't merely present a contrast between his current state and the festive scenes unfolding. It becomes a reflective surface that invites Scrooge to gaze into his own soul. Through this introspective journey, Scrooge is compelled to recognize the joy and warmth that he has denied himself and others throughout years of self-imposed isolation. The benevolent figure, acting as this mirror, holds up a stark contrast between Scrooge's existing state and the possibilities of a more generous and compassionate version of himself. It becomes an instrument of self-realization, encouraging Scrooge to break free from the shackles of his own stinginess. The reflection of benevolence serves as a powerful call to action, inviting Scrooge to embrace a transformative journey towards generosity and human connection. In this way, the benevolent figure not only guides Scrooge through the external festivities of Christmas Present, but also becomes this mirror of self-awareness, fostering the recognition of untapped goodness within. This dual role of guide and mirror sets the stage for Scrooge's internal transformation, laying the foundation for the subsequent evolution of his character as he navigates the path towards redemption and a more fulfilling, interconnected life. In Stave 3, the benevolent figure emerges not merely as the guide, but as the psychological architect of change. It plays a pivotal role in sculpting Scrooge's perception of the world, gradually peeling away the layers of callousness to reveal the tender heart beneath. This analysis invites an appreciation of the benevolent figure beyond its festive symbolism. It stands as a psychological force driving redemption within Ebenezer Scrooge, orchestrating a profound transformation in the very fabric of his being. Now, the psychology of the benevolent figure archetype holds significant relevance to us individually, tapping into fundamental aspects of human nature and offering insights into personal growth and well-being for us all. It's a catalyst for self-reflection. The benevolent figure archetype, whether encountered in literature or in personal experiences, often serves as a catalyst for our own self-reflection. Just as Scrooge is prompted to reflect on his own life by the ghost of Christmas Present, we, too, may encounter benevolent figures that inspire us to look inward. This introspection can lead to a deeper understanding of our own emotions, our own behaviors, and the impact we have on those around us. There's also the recognition of untapped potential. The benevolent figure archetype acts as a mirror, reflecting the dormant potential for goodness within us. In our own lives, moments of kindness, compassion, and generosity, either witnessed or experienced, can serve as reminders of the untapped reservoirs of benevolence within our own selves. This recognition prompts us to consider how we can channel these positive qualities in our interactions with others and contribute to a more compassionate and interconnected world. It's also an inspiration for generosity. Benevolent figures often inspire acts of generosity. Witnessing or experiencing benevolence can evoke a desire to engage in kind and giving behaviors ourselves. This inspiration can extend beyond material generosity to include emotional support, empathy, and understanding. The archetype becomes a beacon, guiding us toward a mindset of abundance and a willingness to share our resources, whether they be time, skills, or compassion. There's also fostering of human connection. The benevolent figure archetype, through its embodiment of kindness and compassion, highlights the significance of human connection. In our own lives, acts of benevolence and moments of shared joy reinforce the importance of interpersonal relationships. These experiences foster a sense of belonging and contribute to overall psychological well-being by strengthening our social bonds. And there's motivation for personal growth. Encounters with benevolent figures often act as motivational forces for personal growth. The archetype invites us to break free from any metaphorical shackles of self-imposed limitations, encouraging us to embark on a transformative journey toward a more compassionate and generous version of our own selves. The recognition of our own potential for benevolence becomes a driving force for positive change. In essence, the psychology of the benevolent figure archetype is intertwined within our innate capacity for kindness and generosity. Whether encountered in literature or experienced in real life, these figures become powerful agents of positive psychological change, inspiring self-reflection, recognizing untapped potential, motivating our own generosity, fostering human connection, and ultimately guiding us on a path of personal growth and well-being. So now, of course, let's talk about writing this archetype. We as writers can leverage the archetype of the benevolent figure to enrich our own storycraft by incorporating the following 8 strategies, and they are: 1. Catalyst for character development. 2. Symbolism and motif. 3. Conflict resolution. 4. Inspiration for empathy. 5. Moral compass and ethical dilemmas. 6. Narrative arcs of redemption. 7. Generational legacy. And 8. Contrast and foil. So, let's go back to the beginning, and we'll talk about number 1, catalyst for character development. Utilize the benevolent figure as a catalyst for the development of key characters. Introduce a benevolent mentor, guide, or influence that triggers significant internal growth or transformation in the protagonist. This figure can serve as a source of wisdom, encouragement, and positive change. Number 2, symbolism and motif. Integrate symbolic elements associated with benevolence and kindness as motifs throughout the narrative. This could include recurring imagery, such as gentle gestures, gifts, or symbols of compassion, which reinforce the overarching theme of benevolence. Consistent use of such motifs reinforces the presence and impact of the benevolent figure. Number 3, conflict resolution. Employ the benevolent figure as a force for resolving conflicts, whether through mediation, wisdom, or acts of kindness. This archetype can play a pivotal role in resolving conflicts within the storyline. Their influence can foster reconciliation, understanding, and unity among characters. Number 4, inspiration for empathy. Use the benevolent figure to inspire empathy in characters and readers alike. Through their actions and interactions, this archetype can evoke compassion and understanding. Showcase the ripple effect of benevolent deeds, demonstrating how they can transform not only individual characters, but the broader narrative landscape. Number 5, moral compass and ethical dilemmas. Position the benevolent figure as a moral compass, guiding characters through ethical dilemmas. Their influence can present characters with choices that reflect the principles of kindness and altruism. The archetype becomes a touchstone for characters facing moral challenges, prompting them to consider the greater good. Number 6, narrative arcs of redemption. Craft narrative arcs centered around redemption and personal growth, facilitated by the benevolent figure. Characters undergoing redemption can be mentored or influenced by a benevolent presence, showcasing the transformative power of kindness. This arc adds depth and emotional resonance to the storytelling. Number 7, generational legacy. Explore generational benevolence by incorporating the benevolent figure as a recurring presence across different timelines. Demonstrate how acts of kindness and wisdom can transcend generations, leaving a lasting legacy that impacts characters in the present narrative. And number 8, contrast and foil. Use the benevolent figure as a contrast or a foil to darker elements in the story. Their presence can highlight the stark differences between benevolence and malevolence, emphasizing the importance of compassion in the face of adversity. This duality enhances the thematic richness of the narrative. By thoughtfully integrating the benevolent figure archetype into our own storytelling toolkit, we as writers can infuse our narratives with themes of compassion, personal growth, and positive change. This archetype becomes a powerful tool for shaping characters, resolving conflicts, and conveying universal messages of kindness and empathy, and perhaps might even affect the hearts of your readers. Thank you for joining us here as we appreciate this classic Christmas story, and as we explore these archetypes that affect us individually and society as a whole, and also influence the stories we tell. Enjoy this season with the fullness of all the blessing upon you. And until next time, I'm your Nightfall narrator, R. Douglas Patton, signing off. As the shadows lengthen and the night falls, we come to the end of another episode of Nightfall Narratives. We hope you found our exploration of dark and mysterious storytelling and the art of writing thought-provoking and haunting. Remember, the stories we tell have the power to both chill us to the bone and inspire us to create our own. Join us again for our next episode, and until then, keep your eyes open and your mind curious, for anything is possible.